So, in today's session of Unlock the Quran, we are continuing with our study of the attached pronouns, but we're going to review them again with harf jar. We've seen how they attach with ism, right? We've seen how they attach with fi'l, and we have also seen how they attach with harf, but we're going to do a bit of a more dive into harf. So, what is an ism? It's a word on its own that contain a meaning on its own. It's not bound by time. Fail is a word that is bound by time. It is an action. Harf is everything else. Harf is a word that cannot be on its own. It needs an ism or something else besides it to make sense of it. An example of that is ila, right? What does ila mean? What does ila mean? Can you guys type out the answers? For those who are doing the Quran, no, ila is not upon. Ala is upon. Very good, Romana. Ila is to. Ala is upon. To or towards, yes. Both are correct. Then you have the word fi. What does fi mean? In. Very good. Very good. What does be mean? Be means with. Very good. The meaning of the be can change. Ba can change because ba actually has about 17 meanings, which fluctuates a bit based on the context. But the most popular meaning that people are aware of or we're going to study for today is with. Okay? Does that make sense? So I have, let's say, if I say ila rasuli, ila rasulin. What would that mean? What does that mean? Ila rasulin. Translate it. You know what rasul mean? You know what to mean? What is the translation? Towards a rasul. Very good. Towards a rasul or towards a prophet. Okay. If I say alal ardi, what is the translation? Alal ardi. Upon the earth. Very good. Upon the earth. If I say fillahi, what does that mean? Fillahi. In Allah. Very good. If I say bi kitabin, what does that mean? With a book. Or it could also mean in a book. With a book or in a book, depending on the context of where this word is coming. Is that clear? What we studied before, and I'm going to do a quick recap of that, is that a pronoun, a harf jar, like ila, ala, fi, or bi, these four harf jar will always come before a noun. Rasul is a noun, al-ard is a noun, Allah is a noun, kitab is a noun, right? The harf jar will come before it. And when it comes, it does something to the noun. It changes it, not its meaning. It doesn't change its meaning, but it changes how it looks. How? Originally, the word was rasulun. It changes the last haraka and converts it into a kasra. So instead of rasulun, it becomes ila rasulin. Similarly, al-ardu was the original word. But when Harf jar came before it, it it changed it and it becomes alal ardi. Alal ardi. Okay? Similarly here, the original word was Allahu. But the attachment of fi before the word Allah changed it and became fillahi. Similarly here with kitab, the original word was kitabun. But the attachment of B changed it and became bikitabin. Is that clear? So what is the effect of harf jar on a noun? What is the effect of harf jar on a noun? What does it do? Hmm? It converts the dhamma or the two katanween on the last letter to a kasra or double kasra. Okay? So the words that you saw, ala, ila, fi, and bi, will always come before a noun or a pronoun. They will get attached to a noun and also get attached to a pronoun. On a noun, we saw what they can do, right? What can they do to a noun? They change its last letter's haraka from a dhamma to a kasra. How do they impact a pronoun? Inshallah, we're going to look at it now. Okay? Are you guys with me so far? We're good? Can I move on to the attachment with the pronoun? We have done this lesson before. I might be going a little bit faster because I want to review it. What is the effect on the pronoun? The effect of harf jar on the pronoun is that they convert the dhamma on the first letter, not the last letter, but on the first letter of the pronoun. With the noun, they were affecting the last letter. With the pronoun, they're affecting the first letter. So, for example, I have the word be, which means with, and I want to say who. I want to attach who with it because I want to say with it. I want to say with it. So I have the pronoun who for it, and I've got the word be, which means with. I combine them and I make, how will I say? How will I combine it? I will say be who, or will I say be he? Which one's correct? Will it be who or will it be he? Be he. Very good. And this will be wrong. Very good. Be he. Now, the pronoun who only had one haraka to change, so we changed it. Okay? Yes, due to it being jar. Then let's say I want to change. I want to say in them. I want to say in them. So I say fi, and I'm going to use the dual pronoun of huma. In them too. I want to say in them too. Now, how will I combine it? Will I say fi huma, or will I say fi hima? Hima. Very good. Fi hima. Why? Because the rule tells me that I have to change the first letter of the pronoun, first haraka, first letter's haraka on the pronoun because of the attachment with a harf jar. Very good. Okay. Now I have the word ala, which means upon, and I say upon them, and I want to use, let's say, the feminine plural ala hunna. So will I say alai hunna, or will I say alayhinna? Alayhunna or alayhinna? Alayhinna. Very good. Very good. MashaAllah. Okay, now let's look at one more example that is more commonly seen. I have the harf jar ila, which means to. And I want to say to them or towards them. And I want to use the pronoun hum, towards them. What is correct? Will it be ilayhum or will it be ilayhim? Will it be ilayhum or ilayhim? Ilayhim. Very good. So this is correct and this is wrong. Very good. Now, remember this rule. The four harf jar that we learned today, the four prepositions that we learned today, which is ala, ila, fi, and bi. They are the only ones who have an effect on the third person pronouns. Because the pronoun examples I gave you, who, huma, hunna, they are third person pronouns, right? Right? So the four pronouns that we learned today, they have this impact of changing the haraka of the first letter of the pronoun. They can only do that to the third person pronouns. This effect does not happen with the second person or the first person pronoun. Okay? Do you understand? Is that clear? So let's look at an example. Ka. Ka means what? You, right? Right? And that is for male. Ki means what? It means you, and it is for a female. If I had to attach ila, I will say ilayka to you. I cannot change it to ilayki. Because if I change it to ilayki, it changes the meaning. Just like I was able to change be he here, I can't do that here. So this rule that we learned today only applies to the third person pronouns. So I can say ilayka, that would mean to you or towards you, masculine, with no change on the pronoun. Similarly, if I say ilayki, this is referring to the feminine meaning of the kaf, which means you female. Okay? It doesn't mean that the jar had an impact on it. Harf jar did not have an impact on it. So the only pronouns the harf jar have an influence on are the third person pronouns. Okay? Is that clear, guys? Harf jar, the prepositions have an impact on nouns. And what is that impact? That they change the last letter's haraka from a dhamma to a kasra. Harf jar, the prepositions, the four prepositions that we learned today, also have an impact on pronouns when they're attached to them. But they can only impact the third person pronouns, but other pronouns they cannot impact. Okay, is that clear? All right. Now, these are not the only prepositions that we know. There are more harf jar as well. There are more haruf jar. Okay. So we did ala, ila, fi, and bi. Correct? What about the other ones? There are more. What about min? Is min a harf jar? Yes. What does min mean? What does min mean? From. Very good. Very good. Okay. What about an? What does an mean? An means about. Now, min, even though most of the time it will mean from, but min can also mean then when it is used in a comparative sense. Okay? Similarly, most of the time, an will mean about, but it can also give the meaning of from, depending on the context, rarely. But about is the main meaning here. Okay? Then there's another preposition that we see in the Quran. Okay? We see wa with a fatha or ta with a fatha in the beginning. And this is used for swearing, for taking qasam. Okay? This is used for qasam. Used for qasam or swearing. Okay? So far we have covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 approximately haruf jar. Then comes another one that you have seen in the Quran. Kaf with a fatha, ka. That comes in the beginning. This is not the kaf of the pronoun. If kaf with the fatha comes at the end of a word, then we know it's a pronoun. But when it's coming in the beginning, is it a pronoun? No, it's a harf jar, which means like. What does it mean? Like. Okay, is that clear? Then we have another harf jar, hatta. Hatta is a harf jar, which means until. Now, the meanings of these words should be on your fingertips by now. Most of you have done 2 juz from the Quran with us. So the meanings of these words should be on your fingertips. Hatta means until. Now, next one comes, which is very commonly seen in the Quran and causes a lot of confusion to people, is li. Li coming in the beginning of the word, which means for or to. Okay? Main meaning is for, sometimes can be used as to. Is that clear? Now, the prepositions that I will mark with pink here, they're the only ones that can have an impact on the pronouns. Okay? All of them have an impact on nouns. All of them cause changes to a noun. But there are only 4 that cause a change to a pronoun. And which pronoun? Only the third person pronoun. The rest of them do not impact the pronoun. They only impact the noun. Is that clear? This min, ain, wa, ka, hatta, li do not have an impact or effect on a pronoun. Okay, let's see an example to make it clear. Let's see an example. Shall we? Okay. I have min, and I want to attach it with the word Allah. I've got min plus Allahu. From Allah. I want to say from Allah. So I will say it minallah, he, right? From Allah. Is that clear? But I want to say from him, referring to Allah in the next statement, right? And I want to attach min with who, which can mean it or he, right? So I will say min who. I will not say min he because min does not have the effect on who the way be does or fi does or ala does or ida does. Those four are special that can impact the pronoun. The rest of the prepositions cannot impact the pronoun. So I will not make any change to who. Is that clear? Yes. Okay. Let's see if I had the example. Remember we did fi plus huma before, and it became fihima, which means in them. But what if I want to say from them? And I want to say min plus huma. How will I join it? I will say min huma. I will not make the change to the ha here. Okay? Similarly, let's see the opposite. We had ala plus hunna, and we said alai hinna, right? Upon them, right? What if I want to say about them? I want to say about them and I want to use the word an hunna. I will say an hunna. I will not be able to make a change to this because it doesn't apply to this kind of preposition. Okay? Similarly, let's say I had the word ila. We studied ila plus whom. And we made it ilai, him, right? To them or towards them. What if I want to say like them? I say ka and hum together. I want to say like them. I will just say kahum. I will not make a change to this. Is that clear? Why I'm making a change to certain pronouns and some I'm not making any change to it? Is that clear? So when you study the Quran today, I want you to make a note of these things, inshallah ta'ala. Any questions so far? I'm going to pause the recording and so that you guys can ask me any questions.